Get to the chopper, Marvelous viewers! We're back with another Marvelous video just for you. Today we're talking about everything we know about Terminator 7. Let's get into it. James Cameron's hit film franchise, The Terminator, began in 1984. We all know what happens in the movie. A cyborg assassin travels from the future to kill Sarah Connor before she can give birth to the child who will save humanity. Eventually, we also saw that the film's success led to an even bigger sequel in the 1990s, turning the series into a major force in cinema. I mean, what does this juggernaut not have? It has one of science fiction's most important stories, time travel, some elements of horror, and a dystopian future to explore the conflict between humans and their own inventions. Now that even director James Cameron has officially announced he's working on a script for Terminator 7, here's everything we know about the sequel. The Terminator franchise as a whole has had its ups and downs. I mean, the series has been rebooted several times, but even with familiar faces and big ideas, the recent movies have struggled to find a clear direction. Those things aside, news has now arrived that James Cameron plans to take a break from all the promotional and screening around Avatar's Fire and Ash. After this, he plans to give his undivided focus to a new Terminator movie. Now, there were rumors that Cameron was working on a script for Terminator 7, but he hit writer's block when trying to imagine a future that wouldn't be outdated by the time the film was released. I mean, we live in a time where mankind's inventions are so close to what was envisioned in the earlier movies, but now it seems he's found his groove and will start working on the new Terminator film soon, and we're so excited to see what comes. Now, there's been speculation about whether Cameron has some challenges when he's working on the script, and he's been perfectly candid about it, saying that the challenge with Terminator 7 is more than just finding the right story, and that's so true. At present, he has to keep up with changes in the real world. The filmmaker has also mentioned that science fiction no longer feels safe. I mean, sci-fi is not even truly fictional anymore, especially when it comes to the technology central to the Terminator series. Cameron has talked about how real-world changes are now moving faster than the future he once imagined. I get it, it's difficult. Science fiction has caught up with reality, and it's overwhelming for all of us. We're dealing with problems that used to only exist in science fiction stories, you know. He also said the world is changing so quickly that it's hard to picture what the future will look like. Cameron's comments show why making another Terminator movie feels different now. It's a whole different level of dilemma. What used to seem like a warning about the future is now closer to our current reality, making it harder to decide where the story should go and how far into the future it should look. Some sources have also said that Terminator 7 will not be connected to any of the earlier movies. The speculated plot is that this movie will focus much more on artificial intelligence rather than keeping things like Skynet mostly in the background like before. New ideas about AI will be part of the story. The movie will also show a completely new version of the Terminator robots, with Cameron saying they will move away from the usual look from the earlier movies. However, there was a statement posted by the Economic Times that is somewhat contradictory to what I just mentioned. The statement said that Terminator 7 is most likely set during or after the war against the machines. The scene opens on the dawn of August 29, 2029, revealing a desolate cityscape, its landscape adorned with ruins, dust, and skeletal remnants as the solitary survivor emerges. Again, I have to reiterate that this is very speculative and could be something that was thought of in the process that got leaked. You never know. Now, the main question is whether we get to see any familiar faces. So Cameron has basically said that the future of Terminator is not about familiar characters or visuals, but the ideas from the original film. So for fans of the series, Arnold Schwarzenegger will unfortunately not return this time. In a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, he said he does not plan to have the 78-year-old action star return for the film. He instead wants to introduce a new generation of characters, which I totally understand. And I get, you know. I mean, Schwarzenegger has been in nearly every Terminator movie, starting with the original in 1984, and ending with 2019's Dark Fate. Now, some of you will say he was not present in 2009's Terminator Salvation, which is true. He didn't appear in person, but his likeness was used for a CGI cameo as the T-800. The same goes with Linda Hamilton. Linda Hamilton first played Sarah Connor in The Terminator nearly 40 years ago, then returned for Terminator 2 Judgment Day in 1991 and Terminator Dark Fate in 2019. When she was asked whether she would be coming back, she said she was done and had nothing more to say, since the story had been told. So we're getting an entirely new cast, and it'll be so exciting to see what they bring to the plate. And it's very likely that this will take time to shape in writing and then go into production. At the end of the day, Cameron believes the franchise's future relies less on recognizable symbols from past versions and more on whether its fundamental ideas from those versions still resonate with audiences today. What are your thoughts about the Terminator 7 project? If and when the movie finally makes it out of its development limbo, it will most likely have a darker, more AI-focused story that reflects the world we live in today. I mean, think about it. This could end up being the scariest version of Judgment Day so far, and the stakes are so very high. Share your thoughts on the Terminator franchise in the comment section below. Well, that's a wrap on today's video. Until we catch you in the next marvelous video, thanks for watching.